Well, what's going on, everyone? It is April the 19th, but when you guys see this video, it's probably going to be several months later. Not for sure exactly when this will get released, but if you can see a little something back there, I just made a purchase at a green dealership. I know. What's going on with me? But I'll kind of give you guys a little bit of a rundown whenever we get back to the shop, because picked this up in Mattoon, and I don't even know how many miles that is. What, 20?
25.
20, probably 20 to 25 miles back to the shop. We're, maybe a third of the way back. We're going about 30 miles an hour, taking some back roads to get back there, stay off the main highways, because, you know, people get stupid when you pull farm equipment. But, yeah, got my trucking partner here with me.
It's unpointed on me.
Yeah, it is. There you go. So, just thought I'd give you guys a little update of what we're doing here. Kind of some, hopefully, exciting stuff happening. See you back at the shop, maybe. Unless we have a breakdown. Don't want that to happen. Well, here she is in all of her glory. Very first equipment purchase. Well, farm equipment, I guess. I bought part of a mini excavator a while back. But first piece of equipment to farm row crops, 2005 John Deere 637 disc. Hopefully it'll do all right. 23 foot 7 inches wide. Gonna plan to pull it with my dad's Magnum 250. And where I plan on farming, where I am going to be farming starting this fall, is my wife's family has got some ground where she's originally from, which is down in Bone Gap, Illinois, which is about 2 hours, just shy of 2 hours south here of Oakland. For you people in the area, it's about 30 minutes south of Olney, Illinois. So they've got 140 acres down there that I'm starting out with. Obviously going to look to expand a little bit. Don't want to move my entire operation down there, but just expanding things. You know, obviously I live up here and I want to farm up here, but the opportunity presented itself, so I hopped on that opportunity. So starting 2025 will be the first year that I farm it. I'll obviously work it this fall in 2024, but like I said, this is the first piece I've bought, disc for in the fall. See how it goes. Hopefully it goes well. The soil down there is much lighter than up here, so there shouldn't be as much plant residue, and obviously the soil being lighter will work up better. So we're hoping that this disc works well. It should. It's built pretty heavy for as small as it is. I'm actually pretty impressed with it. It's in good condition. The blades are worn a little bit. They're 21-inch blades. From factory, I think they're 24, so might get a couple years out of them. But next on the agenda to buy is a planter and either a field cultivator or a soil finisher, mulch finisher, whatever you want to call it. Right now, I'm kind of looking in the areas of an 8-row planter with a splitter. There's a few John Deere 7000s out there like that. Seems like John Deere is going to be my way to go for a while, at least for implements. But looking at 4 8-row splitters, but would not be totally opposed to 12 or 16 rows, just because I'm going to have plenty of tractor to do it. And for this, as far as the tractor goes, my plan is to just leave the implements down there, park them down there, and then just haul my dad's tractor back and forth twice a year on a semi-trailer. You know, once in the fall, work everything down, and then once in the spring, the work and plant, and then all the spraying and fertilizer and hydrant stuff will just have to hire done, as well as the harvesting for now. Fortunately, it's just the way it goes. I don't want to have to worry about hauling a combine down there for only 150 acres, but if I can pick up another 100 or 150, then it'd probably be worth hauling down there, just because custom farming is going to cost quite a bit. But that's what we got to do to get it figured out for the first few years anyway. So I'm pretty excited to see what this brings. Like I said, hopefully to expand a decent amount down there. Like I said, don't want to move everything down there. I definitely want to stay up here. around Oakland, but opportunity presented itself. So you guys let me know if you have experience with these discs. Did I get something decent, or did I buy an absolute piece of junk? If that's the case, hopefully I can get my money back. Should be able to, but now I think it'll be all right. We'll see. But this isn't the only green pieces of equipment that's now on the farm. Well, by the time you guys are seeing this video, you already know it. So got that J-Nub seed tender and then Luke's new planter. Don't plan on going to John Deere, but you know, with the way equipment prices are, whatever we can get the best deal on something that works well, might as well take it, right? So we'll see. Don't know if I'll get this pulled in the shop today. Don't really need to, just because obviously we're not in a big hurry. But like, the one thing I know I got to fix, this is the flashers, little brokey. It's cold up back there, so I'm sure they probably knew it was broken, but that's the strobe we threw on to haul it. But see how it goes. Everything should work good. Get it hooked up to the tractor, make sure nothing leaks and whatnot. Doesn't look like anything is, so that's good. We got her all tucked away in one of our sheds for now. I rewired the electrical hookups for the lights back there. It had become pinched off in here somehow or another. I don't know if it got caught in there somehow, but I got it wired back up. Got all the disc gangs and wheel bearings greased, all the pivot points greased. So next time we have this out, probably do a little bit of tinkering around in the field around here, potentially, and then haul it on down to Bone Gap, and hopefully everything works well out there. So next time you guys see me, I will probably be getting a new cultivator or planter. So see you then. I'm back, and I bought another piece of green equipment. Oh, what's the world coming to? It's been probably about a month and a half since I talked to you guys last about this. That was like second week of April, I think, and it is now June 30th. And as you can see, I got myself a planter, the good old John Deere 7000. Can't go wrong with that. But this isn't a normal John Deere 7000. This has been what they call retrofitted. It's 8 rows on the back, 7 rows in the front, so I can plant 15-inch beans, which is good, which is really what I was looking for. Could have gone bigger, like a 16 row, but then I wouldn't have had the option of split rows, and I really like to have split rows where I'm going to be planting for weed pressure and the such. So if I got a 16 row, then what I'd have to do for beans is plant it once over half rate and go back over it like at an angle, or split my rows with another half rate to make a full rate. Didn't really want to do that, plus 16 rows are a little bit more expensive, and that would have been a little bit pricier on like the corn side of stuff. Obviously I've got 15 rows here, but the front 7 rows are for beans only, and saying that, it's because I'm gonna need to buy corn units for the back, because this was a bean only planter, which is fine. So as you can see, it's pretty cool. It's welded up really nice. I can't really see it because of the shadow, but it's got the drive chains coming off the back row here up to the front, just like on a, well, basically like on Dad's Kinsey split row. This is just a lot longer, but it's a pretty good shape. Got to do a few things to it that I know of. Like I said, got to get corn units. Going to get different monitor for it because it's just got the old school John Deere one. But now I need 3 new tires, a couple new hydraulic hoses, which isn't that big of a deal. And then we'll get it pulled in the shop, and probably won't go over it. Maybe this summer, I don't know, but it'll probably be this winter, which would be all right because obviously I don't need it till next coming spring of 25. Does have no-till coulters, which is nice. They're in pretty good shape. The openers are actually basically brand new. They measure just under 15, and they're 15 when new. So I pulled this home from about an hour away, and that wasn't very fun because, and that, well, yeah, an hour away at 60 miles an hour. I pulled it back at 28 miles an hour. No folding at, well, it's 20 feet wide from row to row, but obviously you got your markers sticking out on each side, so that wasn't very fun. So as far as transport goes, if I can come up with something, either loading it up on a flat deck, low boy sideways easily, or they make end transports for like just a normal 8-row 30-inch planters. If I can make one of those work on this, maybe, depending on the situation, pull it back and forth after each spring, but we'll see. I mean, that wasn't the original plan. The original plan was just to keep the stuff down there, but obviously we don't like stuff sitting out in the sun when necessary, but this is kind of a unique situation, so what are we gonna do? Hopefully maybe get a shed, but yeah, not too bad. Got the old small markers on there. Luckily, I'll be 9 times out of 10 using Dad's front wheel assist. That'll be getting hauled back and forth, no big deal. So I'll have auto steer on that, which would be nice. But first thing I got to do, bought a jack for it because it didn't come with a hand jack. It's just got the regular jack back there, so you can, these tongues fold. So I got to go modify the jack a little bit to fit on there, and then we're going to pull it in the shop just for now to get it out of the way, because we don't have any place else to put it, and nothing's going to be coming in and out of the shop for now. So that's what we're going to do. Well, got her in the shop. More green in here. What are we doing? So I'm going to get this tongue folded out of the way, take up a little bit less space. Like I said, nothing's really going to be coming in here except Luke will probably end up parking his boat over there. They're camping right now, so his boat's not going to be in here for another week. So no big deal, but probably won't put any video of us working on this and upgrading it in this video. This is just going to kind of stay as the introductory, if you will. So the next time, most likely, it could change, or the next time that I see you on this video, hopefully I've got my hands on a finishing tool for the spring, whether that be just a field cultivator or some sort of mulch finisher. I'd like to get like a 25-foot till-all, would be really nice, because till-alls do a really good job. But I know John Deere has some options out there. They got disc blades and then sweeps and then just, you know, jag and harrow. So we'll see. If I really start working on this before I get one of those bought, then I might end up tossing out this video, but we'll just have to see. So that's going to be all until I get something else bought. See you then. Good afternoon, everyone. It is about 2:30 on the afternoon of November 10th. And don't know if you can tell, I got my disc back there and I'm headed down to my in-laws farm. I'm about an hour and a half in and probably got about 2 hours left to go, but everything's going smoothly. I just checked my bearings, everything's good. Added some more grease to them just to keep them all greased up. Rather be safe than sorry. So I'm headed south here on Route 49, for those of you who are familiar with the area. So, unless something happens, I will just check back in with you guys when we get down there to the farm and go from there. Okay, it's now the next morning. I ran out of light last night to do any filming, but just out here driving around on some of the bean stubble. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. It's very little weeds compared to what it could be, and some other fields down here have, but there's some corn stalks up there. The rest are up over that way, and then on the other side of the house, up on top, this is kind of a bottom field here right now, but they've got like 35 or 40 acres still left to do, unfortunately. But it rained about half an inch, what was that, 36 hours ago, so still pretty wet, but that's all right. So I'm just kind of driving around, getting a feel for some things, and then I'll be heading back up to Oakland here in about half an hour. Gonna do some spraying, get some tillage up there, get that wrapped up, and then hopefully come down. Might be able to come down here, or I will, before we get totally done up there and get a head start down here, which will be fine. So go up here and check out the corn stalks that they've got done so far. Here's some of the corn stalks now, kind of made it up on top. The house is back there behind those trees. and as you can see, there's quite a bit of weeds. And then you can't really see it, but there's quite a few hillsides here, so I'm gonna have to leave some of that unworked. And then I was gonna have a residual sprayed anyway, but I'll probably have to have them throw in some burn down since I'm gonna end up doing that. So I got the little one here with me and my wife. We'll just have to see what happens, really. So next time I see you guys, I'll hopefully be working ground. Good morning, everyone. It is now November 23rd, about a week and a half later than when I was wanting to talk to you next, but that's just how things go. I am down here with my disc at my, I guess we'll call this the southern farm. I don't really know. The 140 acres of family ground that I've got down here. So I've already done 28 acres of the 140 last night, and I hauled the tractor down yesterday. The disc has been down here for about 10 days. Pulled it down with my pickup. So I got hauled down here yesterday. Didn't film any of that just because it's my first time hauling here and hauling a tractor in general. So I decided better wait, and then like I said, I did 28 acres. I didn't film any of that either just because I wanted to make sure I got everything set right before I started talking too much, and it didn't have a whole lot of time last night anyway. So we're gonna get started this morning. I've got like, what would that be, 15 acres of bean stubble left, and then the rest is all corn stalks. So it's gonna be, for 2025, it's gonna be heavy on beans, light on corn, but we're gonna just roll with that for next year, and then hopefully I'll try to get stuff split up as evenly as possible as far as the amount of each crop goes. So gonna let the tractor warm up. It is about 35 degrees this morning, so I need to let it warm up for 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll get going and I'll do some more yapping. And I've done a few acres already this morning. This is one of the quote-unquote bottom fields, you could call it. It's not like a super big bottom, but it's definitely a lot lower. There's a small creek right here in these trees. You can see the rest of the fields kind of go uphill. So a lot of this ground is on the hills up there, pretty erodible, so I got to really be careful about how much I work and where I work. I definitely don't want to make that any worse. And I do have plans to get some waterways in here, because there's some desperate needs of some waterways. But you can see this ground is pretty light, a lot of clay, more sand down here in these bottoms obviously than on the hills. The hills tend to hold more moisture, which is foreign to us from where we're at, but that's just how it works because there's more clay up there. So you can see there's my father-in-law and one of my brothers-in-law. It's deer firearm season now, so I had to wait a little bit longer so they could be hunting, get their hunting done, which is fine. I'm skipping out on my hunting up at home, which is no big deal. So you gotta do what you gotta do to get this stuff worked. So as you guys can see, it's working out pretty well. I got a few, like right there where that light streak is. It's where the previous farmer's combine went, and their spreader was not doing a great job on the bean pummage, so there's a bit of extra trash, but it's getting covered all right for what we need it to, so I think it'll be okay. Now I know I mentioned earlier in the video, but I was just gonna reiterate that I'm not going out and farming 100% on my own. I'm still farming with my dad and my 2 other brothers back up where I live. Still gonna be living up in Oakland, not down here, so this is just an opportunity that presented itself for maybe a bit of an expansion, I guess, for me. The rest of the farm's not going to come down here. Like I said, there's 3-ish acres here. I'd like to pick up maybe 100 more, 150 more would be nice to get some more time down here and, you know, make it a little bit more worth my time. Moving everything down here, and then depending on how many acres I get, I might be able to get more of my own equipment down here. That way we don't have to haul stuff back and forth, but we'll just see. I told my father-in-law, I said, yeah, we'll give it a few years and see how stuff goes, and if it just doesn't work out, then it just doesn't work out, because not everything always works out in your favor. So see how it goes down here, and I hope I can pick up ground up in Oakland too, but it's pretty competitive. It's pretty competitive everywhere, but it seems like it's really competitive up around there. So I do what I can, and if I was fortunate enough to be blessed with getting enough ground up there, I might not do this down here, but it all just depends on the situation, on, you know, how much I hopefully end up getting up there, how much I hopefully end up getting down here. But I'm not going anywhere from Oakland, so I'll still be up there, still be helping my dad and brothers out full time up there. But just kind of seeing how things can go on my own down here. Jonathan did help me get the tractor moved down here, and he'll be down here. Dad and Luke will be down here, I'm sure, to check things out every once in a while. It's about an hour and a half drive from the shop. Depends on which way you go. Hour 45 if you go another way. So it's not terrible, but you know, not ideal. But deal with what we got. So I got less than 10 acres left of this bean stubble, and then I'm going to work up one of their deer food plots for them, for a new one next year, and then I'll be going on to the corn stalks. Hopefully the corn stalks work up all right. Like I said, they only got shelled 10 days ago, so they're going to be a little bit healthy, but the soil types down here tend to work up better no matter the stalk health. So see how that goes. But I'm excited and nervous at the same time to see how things go down here. I placed my seed order just the other day, so that's exciting. I was gonna get this soil tested this year, but it just got so late. It's not super late, but late enough that I didn't want to wait around. So we'll just kind of go with the same fertilizer program that we go up by Oakland, which should be plenty sufficient this year. Get some soil tests done next year, see where that goes. Probably have a residual sprayed for sure on the corn stalks. I'm not going to be able to work all the corn stalks to the hillside, so I'll have to have a contact killer put in as well. So corn stalks will definitely be getting sprayed, and see about this bean stubble. Bean stubble will probably end up getting sprayed too, but we'll just have to see. So I need to talk to the local nutrient I think I'm going to go with and see what all they recommend. This type of ground is quite a bit different animal than what we're used to. We do have a decent amount, I want to say decent, a small amount of clay / timber soil that we farm up by Oakland, but it's nothing with this hill stuff. I mean, we do have a little bit of stuff that's got, you know, you got to be careful about erosion, but this has got some actual hills, so you just have to be careful for sure. But we're slightly knowledgeable on what to do with the light clay timber ground. So like I was telling my family down here, it just doesn't dry out, especially in the fall, but it takes hot sun in the spring to get it to dry out. So like, it's not even sticking to the tractor tires now, and as you can see, it's obviously sticking to the disc tires, which is normal. But it's just, the sand is weird. It's like it's wet, but it's not. Those of you farmers out there know what I'm talking about. So it is what it is. It'll be all right. Well, I've been working on the stalks for a while now. Got probably right at 30 acres left. Little shy of that. I'm not for sure my task reset, so I reset my acre counter, but I could go back and look, but it's not that big of a deal. It'd be really, really close to me getting this done tonight. Don't know if I'm going to or not. Like I said, I think I said yesterday, I don't really want to be doing any of this in the dark, just because I don't know any of these fields at all, so I need to make sure I know what I'm doing. But I could maybe go around the erosion areas before dark and then get it done in the dark potentially if I wanted to do that, but I'm not really for sure. We'll have to see how far I get along tonight. So I got to be back home by tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow's Sunday. My buddy who I'm renting the trailer from needs a trailer first thing on Monday, so got to be back tomorrow, and then it's going to take me about an hour and a half to get home. Probably take me about 30 to 45 minutes to load this thing up by myself, because Jonathan went back home so he could deer hunt, so I need to give myself plenty of time to make sure I get home before dark. So, I don't know. Might have to get up real early before church and work, or might just have to skip, unfortunately, tomorrow and make sure I get this done. That way I can get back just the way it worked out with the weather and stuff, so we'll have to see. But, I'm not going to go into real depth about everything, all the fields and stuff down here in this video. That can be for another video, whether that be later on this winter or next spring, whenever we get back down here, or I get back down here to start working it down, because I'll have the nutrient put on all my anhydrous and spray and stuff for now. So not a whole lot's going to be going on between now and then, but I'll probably hopefully have a video or two out of me doing some stuff to my planter. Gotta do a few things to it, get it ready to go, which will be fun, but we'll see what the rest of the evening brings and see how I end up. Well, I'm gonna call it quits. It's basically right at 5 o'clock, and as you can see, it's pretty well dark out, so got maybe, I can see what I got left here, maybe 15 acres, 20 acres, so try to get up real early, finish that, and then see what the rest of the day brings. But I think that's all I'm gonna film for you guys, so I do appreciate you guys watching. Please stay tuned for more videos coming out, whether that be down here or just around the farm up in Oakland. So we'll see you next time.